How's it going, witches and warlocks and all in between? I'm the Wizard of What? Guess what, kids? It's time to review another Disney live-act... Dreamworks? The same company that made this? What? It's crazy that in the 3 months since I started posting, I've had to review not one, not two, but 3 live-action remakes. Disney making them was already bad enough, but now Dreamworks has to jump in on the trend? What a nightmare. Before I talk about this film, I'll tell you what I think of the original How to Train Your Dragon. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite animated classics. The characters are memorable and charming, the flying scenes are phenomenal, and the movie is incredibly funny. And fun fact, it was one of the first theatrical experiences I've ever had. I saw the entire trilogy in theaters. My mom and I even got to meet the voice actor for Fish Legs at the Vancouver Fan Expo. I even got to ask him what his favorite movie was. But that is another story, and shall be told another time. So when I heard that Dreamworks was making a live-action remake, that one kind of hit close to home. So let's get this over with. So the thing that I've harped on in my Snow White, My Lilo and Stitch review is that they don't remain true to the original. The thing that I can say about the live-action How to Train Your Dragon is that it does stay true to the original. Too true. They have the exact same beats, the exact same lines, even the exact same shots. Like the scene with Hiccup and Toothless and when he's doing like... There is one key difference though. It's not funny. Like they reuse a lot of the same jokes, but they don't say it in a funny way like they do in the original. Heck, they even cut out some of the jokes. Remember this funny scene in the original? "Excuse me, Pyramid, I'm afraid you brought me the wrong offspring. I ordered an extra large boy with beefy arms, extra guts and glory on the side. This is a talking fishbone." Cut. They cut out like 95% of the comedy in this. And I think a big reason for that is that I don't think the acting is very strong. Like, unfortunately, I didn't get into Hiccup's actor in this. I mean, I have nothing against Mason Thames. I'm sure he's a great actor. I've heard he's on Black Phone, and I haven't seen that film yet, but I'm gonna. But I don't know, he's just not as funny as the original voice actor was. They say a lot of these lines in like a very weird way. Like take the scene where Gobber is going out to fight the dragons. "Stay. Put. There." You know what I mean. In the remake, it's more like... "Stay put there. There." Also, speaking of which, I'm sorry, but Nick Frost feels extremely miscast in this movie. Like, Gobber was one of my favorite characters in the original, and I wasn't a fan of Nick Frost's performance in this. Honestly, there's only 3 actors in this that I actually got behind. One was surprisingly snot loud. I mean, I really like him in the original, and he, for the most part, does capture the character in the remake. The other actor is Gerard Butler as Stoic. He's the same guy who voiced him in the original, and I've said before in my Lilo and Stitch review that I'm not a big fan of when actors reprise their role for reboots, because 9 times out of 10 it doesn't end very well, but I did say that Stitch was just as good then as he was now. And I'm happy to report that Gerard Butler does really good here. Stoic is one of my favorite fathers in film and TV, like right up there with Mr. Ping, Uncle Phil, and Henry Jones Sr. A big reason for that is that he is strict, he is set in his ways, but he does care for Hiccup at the end of the day. Like in the scene where he's disowning him, saying, "You're not my son." There's a moment right afterwards where he takes a moment to take in what he said and how much regret he has. That moment is just amazing, and Gerard Butler's acting is really good. He doesn't do as good in this film as in the original, but it's still a solid performance. He does good in translating an animated performance to a live-action performance. It doesn't feel too jarring, or doesn't feel like he's sleepwalking. Not like Mufasa.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi! I'm Dora the Explorer! And if you like what you see, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to The Wizard of What!
And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss another upload.
Alright. And now, back to our show.
The third actress I actually liked, which some people surprisingly don't, is Nico Parker as Astrid. Not the character itself, but the actress. She always looks like she's focusing. She looks like she doesn't take no for an answer. Though they did add something new to her character, which I guess is supposed to explain why she doesn't like Hiccup in this. And it's apparently because, like, oh, he's the son of the chief. He's like, he came from everything. She was born from nothing. But A, we've seen that trope done a million times. And B, it doesn't come back into the story at all. I always thought Astrid didn't like Hiccup in the original because he never took anything seriously. Not because he was a Nepo baby. But regardless of that, Nico Parker still gave a good performance. Despite the controversies, yeah, I avoided talking about this in the Snow White review because I didn't want to get cancelled, but I have to address this. I think the whole race swapping a race's history argument is so stupid. Like, personally, I don't mind when a character is race swapped or gender swapped or anything like that, as long as it doesn't negatively affect the context of the story or the characters. For example, The Little Mermaid, it doesn't really matter because she's half fish. If the people in the upper world are more concerned about the color of her skin rather than the fact that she has a fish tail, we have another problem altogether. But if they race swapped, say, Katara and Sokka from Avatar, then there would be a problem because the Water Tribe's roots connect back to Inuit culture. Besides, no one would be stupid enough to do that. Oh wait. And with Astrid, it really does not matter because A, Nico Parker is 75% white, and B, the original voice actress for Astrid was Latina. So like, y'all got nothing to say. They do give an explanation as to why a lot of these races are in Berk. It's because a lot of them came in to help the people of Berk fight the dragons. So I thought that adds some really nice world building. I will also say that the effects in this movie are incredible. Like, first off, they built a lot of these sets. Berk is entirely practical, and the CGI on the dragons looks good. Especially on the final dragon. I mean, I'm not even kidding when I say that's some Godzilla -1 level effects. It's that good. I do also appreciate that they made necessary changes to the dragon's designs while still making it look like it's from the original. The one dragon I do sadly have a problem with is Toothless. Toothless surprisingly does not feel as animated. Like, they didn't make that many changes. And a part of me does get that because, like, Toothless is such a big icon. It would be almost blasphemy to try and change that, but they made changes to the other dragons and it fit. They kept it mostly the same for Toothless, and they didn't make it as animated. Despite the effects being incredible, I just don't really feel the chemistry between Toothless and Hiccup. I think a lot of that is because of the acting. I just don't think it's as strong here as it was in the original. I will say though, they do add a lot of really cool stuff. Like in the final battle, they add a few new scenes, and it offers some really cool action. So maybe I was being a little harsh on this movie, but in the 3 months that I've started this, I've had to review 3 live-action remakes. I'm really feeling that fatigue. If you have any interest in seeing this movie, or if you're just looking for a shot-for-shot remake, this movie gives it to you in spades. But for me, I personally wanted to see something a little new. So I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. It's definitely better than the majority of the other remakes, but I really hope this is a one and done thing. Oh god. Question of the day. What is your favorite dragon from a movie or TV show? Mine personally is a toss-up between Rayquaza and Falcor. Rayquaza because, well, it's an awesome snake dragon. You literally ride it up to space to destroy a meteor. That's awesome. And Falcor because he's from one of my favorite movies of all time. Plus I love his deep voice. It's very therapeutic in a way. But let me know your favorite. I'm the Wizard of What, and until next time, stay strong, my dudes.